Good morning. Good morning. It's weird, man. In a weird place. Tula.
Is this your water? Gentle. Nice. Nice, not with paws.
Tula.
Nice. She puts nice with her.
I know, but she started licking his junk, and he went like this. Like a surrender, it was more like, ooh. What's that feel like? That's new. Oh. What an interesting. Well, she can't be banging both guys. I mean, would you ever put it past him to get...
No.
I wouldn't either. I bet he is. That's why she has such a soft spot for him.
He talks a good game to the idiots.
Well, yeah. She is retarded.
So is the lady Rob.
No, she's not.
She's
really she's really dumb. The other one is like retarded. So, I mean,
I don't know. I mean, just being had an IEP for spiritual disability. So.
yeah, but I think so much of it is spoiled brat syndrome. Lack of, because. Yeah, no, I have. I mean, again, she's really smart when it comes to manipulating and fucking people. So you don't pick and choose. All right. Stop it. You need to stop this. No, this is not the playpen. It's not okay. All right. Let's go try to figure this out. I feel so strange because like I have to like curb my presentation because of the censorship and all this stuff. Oh look, Chrissy's here. Fucking pedophile piece of shit. Yeah, it's really weird. And the thing is, I say some extreme things. Part of it is completely uncensored, but then there's this one little part that I just have to keep censored because. I don't know. I was watching Rathbone video this morning, and I like Rathbone. I think Rathbone does a good job, but I don't know. He has a much better setup than I do. I wish I had that setup. I wish I knew how to be more computer efficient. But I'm just so dumb. I am no criminal record, so for you to call someone something they are not shows you ignorance. Right, because the only time somebody is guilty is when they have a criminal record. Gotcha. What a dumbass. What a dumbass, like, telling way to respond, right? Like, you're saying so much more than you realize. Because a real non-pedophile is going to be like, what, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. Not, you don't have any proof. You don't have any proof. Like you fucking matter. Like I know anything about you other than what you present. You're a fucking dumbass. Right? You're a nothing. As much as I'm a nothing, you're even less. You beg for my attention. I have no criminal record. And again, we just believe you because, you friars don't lie all the time with your fake profiles and your fucking friar beliefs, your stupid friar beliefs. Your entire existence is a lie. Your entire belief structure is a lie. And it's just, it's says a lot, man. It just says a whole lot. How stupid these people are. Hmm? How many of you are going to set your alarm so you can continuously watch the guy that calls you a pedophile, that outs you as a pedophile? That's how you do it, huh? Hey, you didn't call me that without a criminal record. Because, I'm looking up everybody's criminal record. You could call me that without it shows ignorance. Yeah. This is just, it's like, again, it's like the presentation you give is what says the most. When you say things that normal people don't say, that non-pedos don't say, like when you're saying shit that only pedophiles say, non-pedos don't say shit like that. Non-pedos don't support pedophiles. And you clearly support pedophiles. It's if you're waiting for the Trumpstein, system to tell you everything you're fucking stupid. They're not going to tell.
Is your mom up? I called her.
Haha,
What?
she.
Oh, yeah.
She sent you to voicemail.
No, it just
Oh, so her life's over. Don't care. What's interesting is how the Friar media isn't reporting about the protests happening at all the colleges and universities. Right? And it would lead people to believe it's not happening. Smoke another one. The fuck does that even mean? Smoke another what? Bowl? Oh, okay. Like, again, this is the interaction that comes my way. Should I drink another tea too? Drink another one. Still crying, huh? Yes. Still crying about you pedophiles. Yep. I still can't stand you piece of shit pedophiles and you Israelis and you friars. Yep. Nothing's changed. Still watching though, huh? Right. I love when people cry on my feed about me crying. At the end of the day, I'm just doing what I do. I'm just doing what I do. You are obsessed with me. The day you see me on one of your feeds, one of your posts, something like that, then you might have a leg to stand on. But until that point, it's pretty obvious what's happening, and that's what so much of this is, and because we have been so well programmed not to think on our own, to allow our thoughts to be given to us, we don't really realize what's happening. But this is all, you know, if you need to be told what to think, I'd love to help you with that, but belch. That you would need to be told that pedophilia is wrong, or that, genocide is wrong and shit like that. Like it's just, that's what happens when you have this society that controls every aspect of your existence. And like I say, it really does come down to common sense. What makes more sense? I'm just wrong, and all these people they live for me being wrong so they can come in and prove the point for me, or something else is going on. Common sense you don't have, unfortunately. Yeah, that sounds like it. What the fuck happened to your legs?
Marker? I got real ones, don't worry.
I'm not. Just look at how insane this is. Right? Like, again, you set your alarm and you come to my feed every day in opposition to the guy who thinks we should kill pedos, in opposition to the guy who thinks we should overthrow the friars. This dumbass is parked a fucking half-mile off the curb, because that's going to work out well for you. So, want a debate? Let's go. Right. Because this is a back-and-forth situation. Like, I love the idea that something is preventing these guys from debating me. Instead of saying shit that matters, instead of addressing the points, instead of debating me, you come and cry about what I'm doing. And now you're like, so you want to debate? Let's go. Like, what's preventing you? What stopped you this whole time? At any point, you could have debunked anything I have to say, but you don't seem to. You just seem to cry. And drive home the idea that you have to be a pedophile. Who else is going to do what you do? Right? Who else is going to obsess over me like you do? Like, it's strange. If I was a girl, I'd be pretty worried. Because this level of obsession is really strange. Pick a topic. Right. Because I'm not literally talking about the shit right now. And I haven't been all morning. It's your job to debate what I'm saying. You obviously don't say anything that matters. But, like, again, the dumbest thing I ever do is expect anything but stupidity from these stupid fucking people. Mishnah Nada is the wall. It's the wall. I don't know of anything that's worse or how it all works. Like you're just a dumbass. Yep, clearly a drug addict. Oh yes, all the drugs that I'm doing that make me hate pedophiles. Oh, what a terrible person. I don't obsess over anything aside from showing people their idiotic nature. Again, you're not even making sense. I thought you were going to start debating something. I don't obsess over anything. I just come here every single day and beg for your attention. So, here, let's debate this, right? According to the Talmud, according to Jewish tradition and Jewish beliefs, come on. Sefaria.org is trying to upload. Why isn't Sefaria.com uploading? That's really weird. Come on, load up. Let's go. There we go. There's your Hebrew translation. You beg for people's attention. That's why you're here. Yeah, that's what it is. And because I do, you have to do it. Of all the other feeds in the world you could be on, of all the other things in the world you could be doing, you're going to be here, and you're not going to support the killing of pedos. You're not going to support the overthrowing of the friars. You're just going to cry. Come on, let's cry. So, what your belief structure says, and it's funny, nobody's going to try to debate me on this, I guess. A girl who is 3 years and 1 day old, whose father has arranged her betrothal, is betrothed through intercourse, as the halalchic status of intercourse with her is that of intercourse in all halalchic senses, meaning he owns her now. And in the case where the childless husband of a girl 3 years and 1 day old dies, again, he's like 40, 50, 60, and she's 3, 4, 5. So, of course, she doesn't have any children because can't have children that young. If his brother, the Yavam, engages in intercourse with her, he acquires her as his wife. And if she is unmarried, or if she is married, a man other than her husband is liable for engaging in intercourse with her due to violation of prohibition against intercourse with a married woman. And in the case where the girl is less than that age, younger than 3 years and 1 day, the status of intercourse with her is that of is not that of intercourse in all halalchic senses, meaning no ownership takes place. Rather, it is like placing a finger into the eye. Just as in that case, the eye constricts, sheds tears, and then returns to its original state. So too, in a girl younger than 3 years and 1 day old, does the hymen return to its original state. Come on, debate me. Debate me. Tell me what I'm wrong about. I'd love to hear it. Strange how it never works out, though, huh? Strange how quiet you get. Why are you so quiet? At the very least, why aren't you like, man, that's fucking awful. We need to do something about it. Oh, I get it. You're just trying to look like your mom. Oh. I get it. No. Yeah. You want to, you're trying to emulate your mom with all the tattoos. You want to look just like her. Look at how fucked up this is. Right? Where is all the opposition? Come on, people, tell me how I'm wrong. Explain why you're here to begin. I'm just here to show off your idiotic nature. You're an idiot if you think that children are off limits. What's wrong with you? First of all, your interest in this subject matter is perplexing. Yes, it's awful, so let's do something right now. Oh, okay. You mean other than what I'm doing that seems to bother you so much? And it's funny that this is the first time you've actually acknowledged how awful it is. But you're not going to do anything, are you? You're not going to say anything. And my interest in preventing children from being violated, yeah, sure is weird. What I should do is try to find people that are talking about it and troll them, because that makes more sense. Right? First thing in the morning. I mean, it's just fucking stupid. And there's a reason why they don't get addressed. Seems strange that if I'm talking about something that's such a non-issue, why does it seem to inspire so many fucking piece of shit friars to come here and cry? They cry. It's just interesting. You know? I mean, Rathbone makes great videos. I don't see you guys ever there. But you... One of the biggest issues is the Christian programming. You know, it's because of the Christianity that they're all so fucking stupid. Right? I mean, you're stuck believing that a completely different cult is your cult's chosen people. And the thing is, it's not even working as much anymore. But you still have... The biggest issue is that so many of the people talking about it, the Esther projects that are actually talking about these things, because, you know, the friars, they realize what's going on. They know that their time is short, especially if they keep things the way they are. And they know they can't really argue any of the things that are being talked about. So what you end up seeing all the time is the Zionist argument. Oh, it's the Zionists. It's the Zionists. There's such a huge difference between the friar people and the Zionists. You can't blame the friars. And that's because you're looking at it like the genocide is the worst thing they do. You know? And you're looking at it like, well, I see they present me with friars all the time that supposedly don't support Israel. Look, there's a bunch of fucking goofballs in their penguin suits protesting against Israel. Look it, they don't all support it. They're not all Zionists. Look, they even say, let's the Zionist, focus on the Zionist. But if you ask them about Mishnah Nadah, it doesn't matter what Zionist or, you know, any of that shit that you're focused on. They all support Mishnah Nadah. This is a pedophile organization. The problem is that some Christians have this twisted words of the Bible to suit the sickness. That's what it is. The twisted words of the Bible, right? Because it's not all just a bunch of bullshit. Right? It's all a bunch of bullshit. Why would you believe any of it to begin with? Jesus was Jewish. Mary was Jewish. These are Jewish fairy tales. So why you would ever believe in it to begin with, especially considering it has no, realistic basis. There's no foundations. It's all just fake bullshit. The Bible is the truth. Oh yeah, the Bible is, here we go. Go figure, the pedophile is supporting the Bible. The Bible is truth. Yeah, it's the truth, huh? About what? Like you don't even know the Bible. You don't even know what it says. That's how stupid you are. You think this thing is the truth, but do you know it front to back? No. You think if there was any possibility that you could go to hell in reality, you wouldn't do everything in your power to not do that? But it's just stupid. And that's usually how it works. Whenever you start spitting out the facts, they just start going, the Bible is the truth. Fuck does that have to do with anything? But you honestly believe in shit like Exodus? You honestly believe in Noah? The best thing is the Bible is supposed to be a fairy tale from way, way back in the day. Like everything in the Bible has already supposedly happened. But Christians just don't like that. You know, they don't want to talk about that shit. I've brought up Matthew 24:34 so many times on this feed, and not one person has even attempted to engage it. Oh no. There are the people that say, like, you know, that somehow no one of this generation is, you know, thousands, each generation is 1,000 years. Each day in the Bible is 1,000 years down here. What? Says who? Yo, I'm going back, out and back. They're hitting me with a black screen and just audio. There you are, yep. Written over 1,400 years ago by 40 people to carry the same message, and the fact that it has 63,779 cross references. Oh my God. So stupid. The Bible is the most historically accurate text in the world. See what I mean? Like they all have these pre-programmed things that they say. And then you go, oh really? What part's historically accurate? Let's hear it. And then they just have nothing. 63,779 cross references. What? Definitely wasn't written over 1,400 years ago. So 1,400 years ago would put it at around what? 700? 600, 700? So that's not how it works, right? Like the King James Bible was written in 1600, or in the 1600s. 1611 to be exact. It was commissioned in 1611. Oh, now it was written over a period of 1400. No, now it's changing. Now it's changing. The Bible is very historically accurate. They are unearthing archaeological digs that relate to the kingdoms of old. What a dumbass. What a dumbass. That's the best you can come up with now, huh? Now we're talking about archaeological digs. Oh, yeah? Oh, is it the like if it's the most historically accurate, why would you have to reference archaeological digs that are being unearthed right now by Jews? Jews are finding things that fit their narrative. What a surprise. God, you're so stupid. And because you don't have anything, like this is the stupidity that you end up coming with. You have to ignore everything I'm saying, other than crying about it, and you have to make up your own shit. What's happening?
All right.
Same old shit, man. I wonder what he looks like without all the hair, like how much smaller he is.
Shaved him before, right? You cut him down before.
Yeah. I don't like him cut down.
You should cut it like a lion. Blasphemy, again, think about that. Blasphemy is the only unforgivable sin. Rape all the children you want, just don't say God damn it. That's how stupid it is. And of course, the Bible is very specific about that, right? The Bible isn't specific like children are off limits. The Bible is like, hey, don't you talk bad about the Bible. You better not blaspheme against the Bible. That's the only unforgivable sin. Like, that sounds like a fucking dictatorship. That sounds like control scheme bullshit. If you speak out against the state, that's the biggest thing. Do all the horrible shit you want in your own house, just don't speak out. And the thing is, if the Bible was truth, why wouldn't it encourage you to ask questions? Why wouldn't it encourage you to question it? Deny the fact and live that life. I'm responding to you. You're just denying what I'm saying due to it being the truth. What? See what I mean? Like, what kind of dumbass response is that? You claim that you have all this truth and all this answers, and then when you're supposed to elaborate on it, you're like, "Yeah, I don't have anything to say." It's just the same crybaby bullshit it always is. What's up, Matt? Guess you were incorrect. Never heard of a mortal sin. Don't even know your own religion. They're dumb. They're dumb. Like I said, the thing that they do that tricks you more than anything is tricking you into being like, come on, religious people, tell me something smart. They don't have anything intelligent to say. And again, if I'm wrong, why are you guys obsessed over me instead of just out there pushing the truth? Why don't you just make your own feed and share that word of God and the truth? And I mean, this dude has said that he's got all this information. He hasn't said anything. Oh, the Bible was 1,400 years ago. I mean, it's over 1,400 years. That's what I meant. When I asked, give me some of the truth. Tell me some of those historical facts, the historically accurate book. Most historically accurate book ever written. More so than like the dictionary. More than like specific history books. Nope, the Bible's takes the cake. Because at some point, your weird ass God thought to impregnate a 12-year-old. That makes sense. 12-year-old. Who was to be, was betrothed to an 80-year-old. Joseph was in his 80s. Mary was fucking 12. Yeah, that's that historically accurate book there. Wait, are you Joe Kid? Deny it all you want and live that life. I'm just gonna come here and cry about it every day. Why don't you start laying out some undeniable facts? Like, you know how I say the friars are a pedophile cult, and then I read you Mishnah Nadah, the biblical bullshit that proves it? Why don't you do something similar? Why don't you claim that something is true and then provide the evidence for it? Seems like that should be not that difficult, especially with the most historically accurate book ever written and all that bullshit. Right? Like, it's insane. And it's so fucked up that this is what controls us. This is what keeps the people in line. If not for this bullshit, we might actually, revolt. We might actually speak out against these pedophiles that run the show. But instead, nope. No, I want to go to heaven when I die. I want to go to heaven. I don't want to upset God. God will get mad at me if I start speaking out against things. Blasphemy is the only unforgivable sin. Kind of dumb ass shit is like, it seems like it's just so obviously a man-made control scheme to keep the majority of the population in line. Happy little slaves. Oh yeah, as long as you're a good slave while you're alive, when you die, you get the mansion. I mean, obviously, you know, we tell you in the book, like you literally, the book tells you that you're not going to go to heaven. What's it saying? It's more likely that a thread goes through the eye of a needle than it is to, or a horse goes through the eye of a needle than it is for people to get into heaven. Something like that, something stupid. It basically telling you it's impossible for you to get into heaven. Your own book says that. And yet, I guess that's one of those Matthew 24:34s that you just ignore. It's their playbook, the Bible, and they are playing it out. Yeah, that's what it seems like. Right? He's not. He's identifying himself, man. He's somebody from Facebook, I believe. Although, joined 10 months ago. I'm not really sure. I'm assuming it's Joe. But what do I know? But it's I mean, it's vague enough that they can attribute it and apply it to, you know, different things as they see fit. But yeah, when they want something to happen, they play it off as some sort of biblical kind of bullshit, and the majority of people just figure it out. Or, I mean, they just believe it as they want to. Prove you're Joe Kidd. Tell me the one story I'm thinking of that's the Joe Kidd story, and we'll believe it. I mean, again, we're talking about pedophiles. Pedophiles protecting pedophiles. That's literally all it is. Fucking disgusting pedophiles that are gonna get shot. You know? You're lucky I haven't shot you already. I'm coming back kind of shit, you know? There you go. That is Joe. But these pedophiles, they're just disgusting. There's no cure for that. You can't pray that away. You can't therapy that away. You can't lock these people up. You know, they're just, they move. They go. We had, I told you guys, we have a pedo in the neighborhood, and one day when he came home, somebody in a car was following him, and they were like, "There you are, motherfucker. I told you I'd find you." And he's like, "You're lucky I don't have a gun right now, because I'd shoot your ass right now, and I'm going to come back." That's how, like, normal people respond to pedophiles. Girls with hairy armpits has to go. Sorry, but I'm old school in that regard. Gross. Hairy armpits are gross. I'm shocked that girls find us attractive. To be honest, I just can't. I don't understand what chicks dig about us, all hairy and gross. It's one of the things that separates us, is that they're all smooth and soft and not fucking hairy. Although, girls, you need to stop shaving your coochie. That's gross. That's fucking gross. Why would you ever want to look like you're 12 years old, 11 years old, 10 years old?
Still going.
Of course, yeah. Stop shaving your cooch. That's gross. Sorry. Free speech. Fucking dumb. She's like, but I don't understand.
She got her first MIP.
Good. Bro. Seriously, you guys are gross. You guys are gross. And it's the friars who created that. The friars who ran the porn industry and, you know, told girls that they were gross for looking like women. And really, you know, all that shaving was so that they could get real close-up shots of everything, because that's what you want to see. I want to see the inside of your cooch, because that's sexy there. Ugh. Gross. Oh, look at the big gaping butthole. That's sexy there. Ugh. Fuck you want to look at that shit for? What's wrong with you? Red take actually makes sense. I wonder if it has to do with the program. Of course it does. Of course it does. It's pedophiles, man. It's pedophiles who run the show. And then they're like, ew, they're too hairy. Ew. They have more than 2 pubes. It's fucking pedophiles.
Boys, get ready to go. I got you a bottle of water already. Bring your Planet Fitness badge.
Oh, and here's a dumbass. We are here to praise the name of Jesus. Why would Jesus be so insecure that he needs people running around praising his name all the time?
I always wondered that too. Why does he need our money? What does he spend our money on?
But why does he need, any sort of acknowledgement whatsoever? It's this almighty, omni-everything fucking character. And it needs to know that every time you're making a meal, eating a meal, you're like, thanks, Jesus. Thanks for me working. Thanks for the Mexicans picking my food. Thanks for me buying said food, buying the pots and pans, paying for the electricity or the gas to cook it and clean it, paying for the water, and then cleaning it all up myself. Thank you, Jesus. Like, they're just so fucking dumb. I would rather have a 70s bush than shaved. Absolutely. Now, I'm not necessarily advocating for 70s bush either.
Right now, honey.
You know, just like anything else. You kind of want to keep that shit manicured and nice.
I need a picture of the 2 of you, though.
But if you've got that shit creeping out on your legs and stuff, yeah, you might want to trim it out a little bit.
Well, pumpkin.
Don't hurt him too much.
Beat his ass. Don't listen to my husband. Beat his ass. Work that child. Come here, I want to get a picture
Grab your stuff.
of you and LaBelle.
No. Why do you have those pants on?
You have to tie them off.
Yeah, go get a pair of shorts on.
Hurry up, dude. Run. Like the wind. Look at you. Got the
I mean, don't you think it's strange that the dudes haven't been tricked into shaving everything off? Why don't we do it? If it's the best thing. Because shaved dicks look all strange. You know, when you see the porn guy and it's all gone there and you're like, whoa, what the fuck? You look weird. Landing strip is nice. Just a nicely manicured lawn. You know, a nicely manicured hedgerow. This hedgerow right here. It's looking all janky. Doesn't look nearly as nice as it normally would. Eh? You clean that up a little bit, it looks nice. You know? It's fucking crazy. Grab your bag and water. Your Planet Fitness bag and your water. I don't know where you left it. Go get it. You do. You need. Yeah, you do. Dude, have you done those before? No, not your badge.
Yes, my Planet Fitness.
Yeah, grab that, but grab the bag with your stuff. Trust
I
me.
don't have one.
Did she say badge? Was that what she said? Instead of bag? It's all manipulation. Everything is manipulation. And it's when you figure that out that sort of like opens everything up. You know? Go kick ass, dude. You got this. Be good, okay? Show respect.
Boy's going to work out. I know, isn't he?
He can make you look small.
I was about to say, it look like you gonna be guy height in there. Oh,
Nathan's gonna be taller than all of you.
yeah, he probably
I got
is.
you a water.
Please
Alright. Be good, listen to the valve. I love you.
stop mentioning porn. I'm not an adult. I can't handle those kind of girls are scary. Their vaginas are scary. They're scary. Vaginas are scary.
Smell like axe.
Yep.
Give him
Oh,
good night.
yep. I'm covered in it too.
Yep.
That shit is gross. Think about what is that? What are they spraying on themselves that attaches to them while also attaching to everything else that comes in contact with it? Yeah. Strontium, barium. What's the third one? Strontium, barium, and you better not have taken mine. Why did you just take mine?
I didn't. I went upstairs.
Then where's mine?
I didn't touch yours. I went upstairs.
Did she take it?
Oh, you were smoking when she was walking away. You shoved it in the bowl. You smoked it and shoved it in the bowl.
Did
I
I?
went upstairs.
Yeah, okay. Yep, I'm about to commit some domestic violence. That's me. Mean and violent.
Redford Police Department has some history of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Hello.
They haven't called the cops on us in a while. Last year was the first time in like 2 years. And they just showed up and were like, this is stupid. Oh, look. Somebody mentions the couch. Go figure. Look at how much they want to matter. They tell themselves they matter. Look at the comments. Look at it. These are all just pedos, man. Fucking sick, weird pedos. And friars. At the end of the day, again, Mishnah Nadah is the thing. Mishnah Nadah. Yeah, get in the house. You hear that? Go get in the house. You. Yes. All right. Oh, couch lock. Okay. Dumbass shit, man. Dumbass shit. It's everywhere. You know? Who are the people that are like, these guys talking about killing pedos, so I'm going to go on his feed and cause disruption. I'm going to disrupt it. I don't like that he's saying that we should be killed, so what the fuck? Mishnah Nadah. It's the only thing that, not the only thing, it's the main thing that we should be focused on. Actually, when I got my job at McDonald's, they were like, oh, you're so good at this, we're not even going to bother putting you behind the fucking register, behind the grill. We're going to put you at the drive-through window your first day. Never learned how to make anything, never did any of that. The manager was like, no, you gotta You're up front. And within about 2 weeks, I got my first tip. And I thought, I'm getting a tip through the drive-thru. Imagine how much money I'd make if I was actually a waiter. So I went to be a waiter instead. Let's try. So obsessed, they're pretending to be my children and pretending we know each other. And you know, I mean, that's crazy, right? That's how important I am in all of this. I'm selling those. Oh, they're gross. And that one used to be ours, I think. We had one that looked just like it. Yeah, see again, why would you pretend to be my kid? How obsessed are you that that's what you want to do? You're going to pretend to be my child. All instead of like denouncing pedophilia and denouncing genocide and all these other things. It's interesting, isn't it? And let's see. This is a channel active 14 years and has 1 subscriber. So my kid made his page when he was either 1 year old or minus 1 year old. Which kid is it? Is it the one that was 1 year old, the 15-year-old, or the 13-year-old? Which one made the page 14 years ago? All these people that never come in here and say, fuck yeah, man, we need to kill these pedos. They need to go, they're fucking horrible. Nothing. Just mad at what I'm saying. So inspired. So inspired, so motivated by what I'm saying that they pretend to be associated with me. Because they can't make any real, decent sort of arguments. And that should tell you all you need to know, right? I mean, it's just goofy. It's goofy. And it totally fits in with the inbred friar stupidity that seemingly, just exudes from them. That they just bleed. Not they don't bleed enough, but they just bleed this stupidity that is just fucking outrageous. Outrageous. You have to ask yourself, who is that? Who's doing that shit? If anyone's fried, it's you. Yep. What a fucking dumbass. No, you're right, man. We need to do everything we can to kill the pedos. Hey, where'd Chrissy go? Chrissy sure ran away fast. What happened to Chrissy? Don't get it twisted. He'll be back. He'll come back with some other dumb shit to say. But gosh, when it started, like, he was making claims and then people were elaborate on those claims. Show us some of this historical accuracy. He sort of disappeared. Isn't that weird?
You're welcome.
I would never run from the opportunity to expose the liar. To expose the bad guy. But these guys definitely seem to. I just find it, like, I'm so, like, you know, like, flattered, you know. It's so flattering that they set their alarms and they come back here day after day after day. These are called fans. That's what Rise App is all about, our song Rise App. You may say you hate me, but I call you a fan. You blow me as you basically fall through on every plan. It just doesn't get any more obvious. It's so interesting to me. And of course, it just points to act.il, it points to Rise App, it points to manufactured, you know, infiltration. It just doesn't work very well. So what they have to do is censor it. They have to censor me. They have to, you know, throttle me. They can't just, when they did let the thing happen, when they let the feed sort of go, and I was allowed to get as many viewers as I could, I was snatching people up left and right. My rise from you know, the 70, 100 followers it was necessary to be able to go live to, you know, 1,500, 2,000 subscribers, actually 2,600, because that's when it stopped. When I got to the 2,600 point is when everything went sort of downhill. But I was, you know, gaining followers every day. 40, 50, 60 followers every day, new subscribers every day. And it just wasn't working, you know? It wasn't like I was getting people coming in and disrupting the feed or making me look stupid or doing anything other than actually feeding the narrative. Because at some point people start to realize, like, wait a minute, this guy is saying these things and there are a shit ton of people on here and they're talking shit, but they don't seem to be addressing what he's actually saying. And you know, it backfired. And there's something about 2,600 subscribers. I mean, that was where the Facebook page got shut down. I had my 5,000 friend count, but it was the 2,600 subscribers thing that really, once we got to that, it just plateaued out. And when you're gaining 20, 30, 50, 100 subscribers each day, that means on the other side, you have to be losing all those same subscribers to keep the balance there. And you'd find out that people would come back and be like, what the fuck? Why do I have to resubscribe here? Why do I have to refollow here? I already did that. Like my good friends would say these things. My wife, it would happen to my wife's page all the time, and she was a member of the band. And she would just have to keep refollowing the page, keep retelling Facebook that she wanted the notifications. And you can clearly see it if you go look at my history. You'll see that, you know, shit it was up and down. Towards the, everything changed on September 10th, the day Charlie got kirked. And leading up to it, you could see that they were starting to sort of throttle things. It was getting a little weird, and I was pointing it out. But the day Charlie got kirked, I made my last video that got 3,000 views on it. And the next day, I had 40. And the day after that, you know, 30 and 50, and it got real weird there for a minute. Not like it is now, where we're at like 120 to 200. Over ugh. That was a good one to delete. Overnight, yeah. It was overnight. And it was undeniable. Like, it's not up for debate. It's not even like I'm just sort of theorizing it. You can see it. Anybody who denies what I'm saying, doubts what I'm saying, just go look. Go look, it's readily available. I was gonna sell it. I was like looking at the car seats, but then isn't the one ours? No, I walked away. It looked really gross. And I wouldn't want anybody, especially putting a kid in that thing. She's really smart, isn't she? She's really smart, isn't she? I don't care. He's trying to talk to me about neighborhood shit. You tell me all about it all throughout the rest of the day like you're going to. Not while I'm live. I can't imagine, man. I can't imagine. First of all, just being the pedo in general, but having somebody follow me home, start yelling at me and then threaten to shoot me, like right in front of my house. Can you imagine? Wouldn't you be looking over your shoulder at all times at that point? Made the page 4 days ago. It's such a strange thing, right? For somebody like me who's wrong and doesn't matter, why would they make fake page after fake page after fake page to watch me? If I don't want your fandom, if I don't want your view count, your number, why do you keep trying to give me one? Right? Why are you so determined to watch me? It just seems so strange. I just can't relate to it. It's a strange example. It's weird, like at the end of the day, Rathbone does videos where he shows you all these different clips from all over the world. Now, I'm kind of worried that if I were to do it, I wouldn't be allowed to. But, when it comes to the clips from all around the world, we have to understand that that's what they want us to know. None of those clips that get shown, especially that end up going viral or what, none of those clips are accidental. And if they want to shut the clip down, they will. Are you sure you know what you're talking about? 100% sure. 100% sure. I know that Mishnah Nadav 5:4 flat out says it encourages them to rape children. There's no way to interpret it any other way. There's no, there's no confusion as to what it says. The only confusion comes from the people who deny that their cult is pedophilic at its root. Mishnah Nada is what? Tell us. What's metzitzia all about? Tell me how I'm wrong. The thing I know is that I've been doing this for a very, very long time. And I've been saying, look, I'm not asking for people to come in here and pat me on the shoulder and tell me how great I'm doing and all that. I don't want your agreement. I want you to tell me what I'm wrong about. I've been doing this feed for a very long time to be proven wrong. And there's been more than enough, detractors, naysayers, shit talkers, but they never seem to be able to prove me wrong. Oh, you're not the guy. Oh, I'm getting tough with you. Shut your fucking mouth. You dumb fucking moron. Like, what are you gonna do? 12 years, 4 subscribers. Don't get tough with me. So stupid. I think that the biggest issue I face in many aspects of my life is that I say things people don't like. And it's not that I'm wrong. You just don't like what I'm saying. Or the fact that I'm saying it. And then your argument comes from that perspective. And it's like, if you don't like what I'm saying, and you're not guilty, then why the fuck are you here? What the fuck motivates you? Especially multiple times every day, hours on end. I'm not gonna take no shit from a guy smoking from a can. I'm not gonna take no shit. So you are gonna take shit from a guy smoking from a can. Where's the can? Is this a can? Interesting. And you're absolutely going to take whatever shit I give you because you're nothing. You're a nothing. You're a hanger-on. You're a fucking wannabe. If you could do it yourself, you would, but you can't. I'm not going to take no shit. How do you type that out? It's one thing to say it accidentally, but to type it out and then be like, okay.
It sounds like I'd say it. Otherwise, it sounds proper, and that doesn't make any sense.
Well, why would you say it wrong I'm not going to take no shit.
Because it sounds cooler. That I sound cool. Right?
Definitely sounds cool. What are you talking about? Now, this is the best thing I've seen today. We should be talking about those 71 girls. We better not let that story disappear. The 71 girls that just emerged from a tunnel system, from a fucking manhole cover. And like dressed nicely. Almost like they were being presented. Why do you act like a mega supporter? A mega supporter? Says a person, seriously, this person's been on my nuts for years now. Years. Just desperately trying to get whatever attention they can. Cut your hair. Probably some bald fuck. Bald fucks always get mad at my hair. I'd have cut it a long time ago if it didn't fucking make all you bald fucks so mad. Want to be what? Want to be me. You clearly want to be me. You obsess over me. You set your alarms to study me so you can watch me every day. You make fake profiles so that you can try to get some attention. Again, why don't you just be someone yourself? I always think it's strange that I can't find Jews who are proud of what they believe, who are proud to be Jewish. Where are all the proud to be Jews? Why are you being assholes to the man because he walked in a yard? No, it's because they're fucking friars. They're Jews and they're pedos and they're mad that someone like me, some dumb goyim, is not only exposing them but kicking their asses doing it. Yeah, you saw the can again. Dude, trips. Look at this shit. Just starts getting stupid. Because, you know, ending pedophilia is a joke. It's funny. Fucking Randy Fine, that's a dude that needs to be ended. That dude needs to die. Like, he's a piece of shit. He is a monster who has done really, really horrible things and then lies constantly. The dude just recently lied about kicking someone's ass. He lied about that somebody called him a Kentucky Fried Jew, and he left that guy in a fucking puddle on the floor, and you know, because he's a tough guy. He's a tough guy. God, I wish I was in Washington so I could go to these people and just troll the fuck out of them in front of their faces. I've only seen you twice, bud. I just asked if you know what you're talking about, and you went on this rant. That's what it is. I'm Jewish, and I'm done defending you. I don't know what you think I did to you, and I don't care. Oh, so you're a pedophile. You're a pedophile. Right? Is that what you're saying? You're proud to be a pedophile? And I don't think you've ever defended me. But I don't need you to defend me. I want to eliminate you in every aspect of the word. We need to eliminate and eradicate this pedophile cancer that plagues our entire society. All these pedophiles in here. Why? Why what? Why are you a pedophile? Again, don't you know your belief structure? You gonna pretend you're gonna play stupid here? You gonna act like you don't know what I'm talking about? You don't know about Mishnah Nada? You don't know about metzitzia? You don't know about soul correction? None of that stuff, huh? Interesting. Interesting. Oh, you know what? Let's see if they made a new Guy Williams Sucks video. Why do you guys abuse babies? Abuse is such a soft word in this case. They rape babies. They literally rape children. Okay, so the newest Guy Williams Sucks video has 804 views. And it doesn't show anything. Doesn't show anything. It's some guy showing his car, and he's talking about how he's in this town and he's going to shut the fuck up. Nothing. He's not going to do anything. Nope. No new Guy Williams Sucks videos.
All right.
Let's see.
About the biggest hint you're gonna get to where I'm at.
This is the biggest hint you're gonna get to where I'm at, he says.
About 40 minutes away from
This
where I was.
this is the biggest hint you're gonna get to where I'm at.
You can tell that's
Doesn't show his face.
that,
He's like, look, the sky's cloudy.
weather right now.
The sky is cloudy.
It's about as much as you're gonna get.
This is about as much as you're gonna get from me.
I told you where I was.
I told you. Look at the wheels of my car. I told you. This fucking
You
coward.
just wanted to play games.
Just want to play
like
games. You
that.
just want to play
Custom
games and
counts or
block
something,
me.
But yeah.
It's a fucking coward. Right? Like this is all he has. This is supposed to be some sort of, tell. You don't even live around these people, but you think about them all the time and what they do for a majority of your day, infecting those around you. Yep, I don't even live by them. You're making my point stronger. I don't live by them. Well, actually, I have a neighbor that is one. And he's a pedophile. But, yeah, it doesn't have to directly involve me for me to give a shit. That's one of the big differences between you and I. You act like, oh, well, this isn't happening to you, so why do you care about it? You're right. Why should I care so much about protecting Jewish children? Said he over and over again. We need to protect the Jewish children. I'll be praying for you, says the dumb friar. Says the dumb friar. Trying to make themselves feel better. How come you're not answering? How come you're not a proud Jewish person who is standing up for your beliefs? That's what I never understand. Why aren't you standing for your beliefs? Why aren't you standing up and proudly acknowledging what you believe in? That's smart. Walking around in socks. Good job. I told I told you where I'm at. This is about as big a hit as you're gonna get from me, mister. This is as much as I'm gonna say, mister. I'm not very religious. What the fuck do you want me to say? I want you to explain why we shouldn't eradicate your pedophile cult. So? And if you're not very religious, if you're actually a decent person, you should be out, especially if you have the voice, if you're one of them, you should be out condemning what they do. The loudest voices should be the Jewish voices. Screaming, hey, this makes us look like fucking psychopaths. Why aren't we stopping and doing it? And yet they all want to play stupid, right? They all want to pretend like they don't know what I'm talking about until I show that I know what I'm talking about. Then they switch tactics and start arguing from that. Oh, well, But they all just get real stereotypical. Contaminated, intrusive thoughts. Religion is bondage. In some respects, religion is it's just a lot of things. It depends on which part of the cult you belong to. Because you make up most of it, here we go again. Now the Jew starts getting blasphemous. I'm making it up now, huh? Interesting how that works. So I'm making up Mishnah Nadah. Is that your excuse? Didn't I just say that's what you're gonna do? Oh, you just making shit up. That's what you guys do. You literally you hit enter before you heard what I was saying, and prove the point. Normally I say it before you can type it out, so that you hit erase it real quick. Mishnah say kill kids. It's not what I said, now is it? So either now you're really, really stupid and you can't follow along with what's being said and don't even know your own belief structure, or you're lying. It's just more lies. It does say to kill an animal by stoning it to death. If one of you rapes said animal, then it's the animal's fault, and it should be put into a small little pit, and a bunch of savages stand around and throw rocks at it until it dies. Because that's normal behavior. Let me play it back. You can't, dumbass. You know what Mishnah Nadah says. Stop playing stupid. Like I say, either they're really, really dumb, or it's a continuation of what it always is. Right? It's the same shit. It's these cowards. They're fucking cowards. They're shitbags. They're disgusting fucking micro penis cowards. How's that micro penis treating you? Huh? Joined 6 years ago, has 3 subscribers. We know you guys have micro penises. Who do you think's watching all the black guys with white girl porn? It's not black guys. Black guys like watching black chicks. It's not white guys. White guys are too insecure. Are you discriminating against me?
Totally.
Should get your greasy ass in the shower.
Our good boy.
Thank you, Bubba.
Good.
Thank you, Bubba. I appreciate you.
Let's go.
Dude, what is this little
Like a
hop?
homeless guy, sting like a bee.
At least you've got decent footwork naturally, but don't
like
cross
a
your feet. Remember, back foot first. Huh?
Fart like a
Moving
homeless guy,
forward, front foot first.
Fart like
Backward.
fart like a homeless guy, smell like a homeless.
What's this?
You're Jay.
See ya. Go get in the shower.
Are these all mushrooms?
Do they look like mushrooms?
Yeah.
Then they're mushrooms.
Look at them all.
Yeah? Yeah, if they're mushrooms, then they're mushrooms.
I hope they're the big ones.
They're not. They're not. And I'm not eating them anyway.
They were delicious. Sauteed in olive oil and garlic.
Look at this weird shit. Like, think about this. Think about the mentality it takes to come up with this comment. Ask her if she's all pissed off because the dog jumped the fence before you did to get to her mama. What? Like, that's a fryer. Who else is that inbred stupid? You go to talk shit and it just backfires like that? Like, how dumb do you have to be? It's shocking. And think, this guy typed that out, then like read it and clicked enter. Joined 7 months ago, has no subscribers. Who the fuck do you think that fryer is? That is act.il, Rise app kind of bullshit. Matter of fact, it fits it perfectly. You know? It's June, so 6 months ago. 7 months ago, they were getting everything all prepared. It's fucking, I don't know, it's just fucking obvious to me. It ain't my fault you ain't got enough brain cells to fucking figure it out. Oh, that's what it is. It has nothing to do with the fact you can't even type English very well since it's not your first language. And whatever your point, jump the fence before you did to get to her mama. Is my wife all pissed off because the dog jumped the fence before you did to get to her mama? Again, just to think along those lines, like to hear what's being talked about and then think, yeah, you know, I'm going to say this. It just seems strange. Like, of course, it's a Larry. My name's Larry. And okay, didn't you say kill, you said grape, fair enough. Yeah, we're talking about raping children, you piece of shit. Where is it written? Well, let's read it again, shall we? This douchebag wants to play stupid. Let's feed his stupidity. Mishnah Nada 5-4. Here's the Hebrew translation for all you piece of shits out there, but it's Mishnah Nada 5-4. A girl who is 3 years and 1 day old, whose father arranged her betrothal, is betrothed through intercourse. Are you going to deny what intercourse means? As the halalchic status of intercourse with her is that of intercourse in all halalchic senses, meaning ownership. And in a case where the childless husband of a girl 3 years and 1 day old dies because he's old and she's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, she doesn't have kids yet because she can't. If his brother, the Yavam, engages in intercourse, her as his wife. And if she is married and another man other than her husband, and a man other than her husband is liable for engaging in intercourse with her due to violation of prohibition against intercourse, not with a child, but with a married woman. And if the girl is less than that age, younger than 3 years and 1 day, the status of the intercourse with her is not that of intercourse in all halalchic senses, meaning no ownership takes place. Rather, it is like placing a finger into the eye. Just as in that case, the eye constricts, sheds tears, and then returns to its original state, so too in a girl younger than 3 years and 1 day old, the hymen returns to its original state. Mishnah Nida 5:5 says, in the case of a boy 9 years and 1 day old whose brother had died childless, who engaged in intercourse with his yivama, his brother's widow, the status of the intercourse is that of halalchic intercourse, and he acquires her as his wife. But he cannot give her a bill of divorce if he chooses to end the marriage until he reaches majority. And if he engages in bestiality, he disqualifies the animal from being sacrificed upon the altar, and the animal is stoned due to his act. It's not Hebrew. I read Hebrew, jackass. It's mirror writing. Yes, Hebrew is the mirrored version of Arabic. Yeah, Hebrew was invented in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Yes, you're right. By Eliezer ben Yehuda, who is credited with being the first author, or the author of the first Hebrew dictionary. There wasn't a Hebrew dictionary until 1903. But the language is the oldest one on the planet, blah, blah, blah. Nida period. Nida is period, and you read it without the interpretation. Bestiality is illegal in Judaism. You're, Y-O-U-R, a liar. So I made that up. So And if he engages in bestiality, he disqualifies the animal from being sacrificed upon the altar, and the animal is stoned due to his act. Yeah, which part did I make up? Which part? Please, by all means, tell me which part I made up. And Nidah, it's Niddah. Shouldn't you spell your own shit correctly? Mishnah Nidah is the Talmud. It's the Talmud. So, show me the Hebrew. Show me the Hebrew. I don't give a fuck if you see anything. Let's see, because I'm going to sit here and leave it for you. So let's see. So this is the interpretation. There's the Hebrew. It's Mishnah Nidah, Sefaria.org. Yeah, it's all there. Again, like I'm making it up so precisely, right? It's a Hebrew word, you idiot. Wow, you sure are avoiding what's being said. What about the 3 years old in one day and the intercourse and the hymen growing back? And what about that part? Isn't it interesting that he focused on bestiality before he focused on the child rape part? Oh, I'll look into it. What's there to look into? It's right here. It's pretty fucking obvious. There's nothing for your dumbass to look into. Here's the AI overview. Mishnah Nidah is a legal text from the Mishnah that establishes the minimum age, 3 years and 1 day, at which sexual contact with a female has formal legal consequences, such as betrothal, adultery, or ritual impurity. All right, again, it's not saying it's illegal. It's not saying that it's forbidden. It's just establishing that if you rape them before they're 3 years and 1 day, you're not required to, you don't acquire them. After 3 years and 1 day, that child now belongs to you. The age threshold. The text differentiates between girls under 3 years and those over 3 based on ancient philosophical assumptions about hymenal repair. Age 3 and older, intercourse is legally recognized as a valid act of intercourse, creating legal statuses and obligations. Look at how the AI overview has been manipulated and carefully worded so that it tells you what's happening, but it just sort of hides it in softer words. Under age 3, intercourse is legally defined as akin to, quote, putting a finger in the eye, meaning the body physically recovers without permanent physical markers and carries no legal consequences. Legal ramifications established. A girl aged 3 years and 1 day can be betrothed through intercourse. Relations with her incur liability for adultery, transmit ritual impurity, and can disqualify her from marrying into priesthood. Context and modern reception. Clinical legal tone. The Sefaria Library explains that the text employs an emotionally distant clinical tone to map out the boundaries of religious law rather than moralizing or condoning the acts as described. Oh yeah, no, it does. It absolutely condones it. Because it doesn't, shit all over it. It doesn't say how gross this is. Scholarly census, as discussed, because I'm making all this up as I'm pretending to read, I'm making all this up. As discussed in forums like Reddit, users broadly agree that this passage serves as a theoretical legal baseline for adjudicators rather than an endorsement of child marriage or abuse, which were prohibited or actively discouraged in practice. Not it at all. Modern Judaism, as outlined in the Shabbat.org and the Quora discussions, Modern religious authorities universally condemn any form of minor marriage or relations. Right. Right. That's not what fucking the Bottom of Darkness article pointed out. Bottom of Darkness article pointed out that this shit's happening all the time in Israel. North to south, east to west, from Hasidiotics to secular. It's happening all across the fucking board. To trace the precise line-by-line breakdown of the text and commentaries, you can study the full chapter on all Mishnah. Nothing to fucking study. It says it flat out. Oh, Old Torah or OU Torah, Torah.org. Let's see what this one says. A girl 3 years old and one day can be betrothed through relations, and if a Yavam is intimate with her, he has performed an effective Yibim. This is not discussing the advisability of such an act, mere the efficiency. They're so fucking stupid. He's afraid of debate more than he's abusive dad. What's there to debate? What's there to debate? Yep, I don't do debates, says Jerry. Jerry the pedophile. I just cry about it. Yeah, go ahead, debate it. Nothing is preventing you guys from debating what I'm saying. I love this notion that I'm not debating with you. I'm saying my side. Your debate would be you debunking or debating what I'm saying, but you're not really doing that, are you? If you so smart, let's set up a debate. Why? You haven't said anything that warrants me wanting to do. It's not like you've said some shit and I'm like, oh, wow, this guy makes some really good points. I never thought. All you're doing is crying about you're not even making an argument. I'm supposed to debate with you about what? Aren't you somebody that just claimed you weren't very religious to begin with? And that you didn't know anything about this stuff? I thought you didn't know this stuff. Now you're an expert that I should be debating? Why don't you tell us about metzitzia? Why don't you debate that one? I need to type in the pace you speak. No, you can just fucking debunk my argument. You don't need to respond to everything I say. All you're doing now is making excuses. And look at how you're making so many excuses. You're typing thing after thing after thing. What's stopping you from making one of those things a debate? Freedom has already triggered me. Yeah, look at this. This guy thinks it's part of freedom to rape children. Like, this is how sick they are. Let's debate. Let's debate. What's stopping you? Do it. Debate. Make a counter argument. This is how dumb and inbred these pieces of shit are. You know, generations of inbreeding has produced not only the micro penis, but this stupidity. I mean, again, it's just so obvious. Can I ask you a question? This dumbass says. No, you can't. And that's going to prevent you from asking it, right? This is exactly what I'm saying. This is how stupid they are. Why did you just ask your question, you fucking pedo? Notice how at no point do these guys fucking make any sort of denial or condemnation of what's being said. If we make contact, I'm going to beat you into the fucking ground. You don't want to make contact with me. I have no tolerance for you pedophiles. So I'd spit in your big fucking, right in your fucking face, and then break the nose afterward. Let's make contact. Oh, I want to talk to you. Like something's preventing him. Look at all of the comments that this dumbass is making, but he's acting like making a comment against what's actually being said. Well, that can't be done here. Ha. You won't. No, you won't. Yeah. Okay. Intergender champion. I've been beating girls down for decades. Intergender champion. That's why you just got an MIP, dummy. Never. Not once. I'm an angel. How are you today?
I'm okay. How are you?
Much better now.
There you go.
Thanks. Have a great day.
You too.
Let's meet and debate, and you will attempt to beat me. Oh, okay. Yeah. Why is it they always want to like do more? We're here right now, so why don't you do your thing right now? Right? I don't want to have anything to do with you, sick pieces of shit. I don't want to have to smell you by being around you. You're fucking gross. You're disgusting pedo, and you deserve every beating you can get. You're, Y-O-U-R, an influencer. You're not very smart, are you? You don't know which your to use? Why don't you know which your to use? Oh, wait, because English isn't your first language. Aha. Aha. Just a bunch of cowards. Just a bunch of dumb fucking inbred cowards. And they know they're sick. They know they're gross. They know what they look like. They know they have a micro penis. They know there's actually nothing that they can debate, which is why they don't. Right? Right? Look at how like just stupid they are.
What's up, Otacho?
What's going on there? Hi, little guy. What you doing? What you doing? This guy's like, oh, I want to throw that in a Lag Omer bonfire. We like throwing them in there because they're sick. They're sick, man. You know, they're just gross. Gross. I mean, it's like when was the last time you saw one of them and you were like, oh, that looks like a winner there? You know? Guys like Michael Rappaport. Explain Michael Rappaport's success. Why is that guy a successful actor? Is it because you think he's a good actor? Has anybody ever seen a Michael Rappaport performance? That was moving. That's very believable. The movie that always stands out for me is when he played Remy in Higher Learning. Where as a kid, I was like, Jesus, man, there are skinheads everywhere. We're going to have to, that's gets scary to be an adult. Because the older you get, the more skinheads you're going to come across. And it's never happened. Never happened. I got to watch that movie again. It's been so long since I've seen it. I can't remember it. Because HBO used to play it every fucking day. Just driving the point home. They want to be the WASP class while simultaneously being the physically weakest people on earth. And, well, be the WASP class, but then they want to be like also push the idea that they're the most persecuted people on earth, and oh, they have it so bad, and everybody just hates them for no reason. It's not because of anything they do or say. It's just because of the Jesus. And then you bring shit up like again, look at the foundations of this part of the conversation, right? We have a guy who admits to being Jewish, pretends not to know anything about what I'm talking about until I read it, and then goes, oh, well, let's debate this. Why don't we get together and have a debate? Pretends like he can't debate on here. He can say, 100 things on here, 100 just spamming, comment. But not one of those comments is he capable of actually debating anything I'm saying. He claims to not be a very religious Jew in the first place. And now that I've proven that I know what their shit says, now he's suddenly an expert who wants to meet up and have a debate. Like I want to fucking spend any more time with these pieces of shit than I already do on my live feed. Like I have my fill of friars every single day. And the funniest thing is, never, not once, does one of them come on here and make them sound even tolerable. Not even tolerable. They're just look at. Now I'm a doctor who's performing medicine incorrectly. Like what the fuck? They aren't Semitic. They're liars. Yeah, they're not Semitic at all. That's why DNA tests are banned in Israel. Because the last time they looked, 90 to 95% of them didn't have any Semitic DNA. They come from Europe. They come from them crane. They come from the Americas. They're not Semitic at all. They're the only ones that are anti-Semitic. Because they're literally trying to exterminate the real Semitic people. I could easily disprove you, but I choose not to, and instead make us look like fucking stupid cowards. Yeah, I what can you disprove? Again, are you going to be blasphemous here? Is that what you're saying? This is what started this is me asking, how come there's no proud Jews out there? Why are there no Jews that will come in here and say, look, I'm proud of what we believe. I'm proud of what our thing says. Instead, they always get blasphemous and start denying what the Talmud says, what the Mishnah says. Isn't it interesting how that works? Oh, I could disprove you. How? You're going to disprove the Talmud? What are you going to disprove? That it says it? Because it's pretty obvious that it says it. I mean, it's really fucking interesting. It's just wild, man. Oh, look. The fake rabbi is now here. The guy who said that raping children is not rape. It's an act of God. And now the coward will deny he said it. Well, that's what I mean. Like, they're fucking cowards. Right? They're cowards. He has proven himself very unworthy friend of... So why are you here every day? Why are you here every day crying about what I'm saying, or crying that I'm saying it? Not actually about what I'm saying, just that I'm saying it. Again, rabbi, fake rabbi. You gonna go blasphemous now? I never said that. Yeah, you did. You said it. Asked you flat out. What do you think about what the Talmud says about the 3 years and about raping, that if Goyim do it, they should be killed, But if you guys rape kids, it's okay, and they should pay the full dowry. And his response was, it's not rape, it's an act of God. You remember that, right? Now that the fake rabbi character is denying that he ever said it. Because he's a coward. That's what I'm saying. None of these Jews can be taken seriously because they're all such cowards. They're all blasphemous. Right? It's really interesting how it says that. You're the one who says cannibalism is okay. Yeah. You know me, I'm always pushing for cannibalism. That's a big one to me. At the end of the day, I'll take cannibalism over fucking raping children all day long. You want to eat dead people like you guys do. And as far as cannibalism goes, remember, you guys are the ones that eat the fucking afterbirth. You guys are the ones that eat the foreskin once it's cut off. Like, this is disgusting. You're fucking gross, man. But that argument in itself, right? Instead of actually embracing or standing up for what's said, this guy endorses cannibalism. Like, where? What are you talking about? What part is me pushing cannibalism? Literally defending eating human flesh. Yes. I'm defending eating human flesh. Where, when, how? When did that happen? This is all because he can't actually engage. He can't actually, somebody that's claiming to be a rabbi of all people. And yet he's too stupid. Flip the switch, please. These are guys who think bestiality is worse than pedophilia. Guy also seems to have some kind of criminal or gang history. He's from Detroit, which is a town known to be full of hate. Look, yep. Look at all the crime around here. Woo. Very criminal neighborhood, yep. All of this. See, again, this guy is making all of these different comments, but can't seem to defend his own belief structure. Why aren't you defending Mishnah Nadah? Why aren't you a proud Jewish man who is defending your beliefs? Why aren't you talking about Mishnah Nadah? Why aren't you talking about metzitzia b'peh? Why do you keep avoiding the conversation? Huh? What? Who? What? Would I let him wrestle? Yeah.
Hey, so they got wrestlers at this school?
They got basketball, though. They got baseball, and that kid can hit a ball like you never seen. Tell him, all he's got to do is hit home runs, and he could be a bazillionaire. Yep, having a fake conversation with myself now. Because again, you crybabies won't actually engage on anything, right? Here you go. How about this one?
In the Halacha, in Yeridea, that's the second section of the 4 sections of Halacha called the Shulchan Aruch, the set table. In chapter 266, Halacha 3, 4, 5, and 6, he describes how the circumcision is to be done. He says after the cutting, the mohel does what's called metzitzia. Metzitzia means to suck, and it means doing so with his mouth. And one can say, well, why can't you use a tube? Well, you could, technically, but that's not the custom as to how it was done. Now, why is it that way? Well, you could say that in the olden days you didn't have tubes. Now you can have tubes, so why not? The answer is, I thought about it. It's not as effective because the tube does not seal as well. It's not as pliable. And furthermore, it's not as quick and it's not as close.
Not as quick and close.
You have to have a quick suction action. You have to have more pliability. And also, there's the theory, some people feel that it is, some people feel that it's not, that the saliva of a human being has some antiseptic qualities. And it's actually brought in the halacha of the Talmud that the saliva of certain people were actually used as curatives. And so saliva is not a bad thing. Saliva in the halacha.
Saliva is not a bad thing because the moil saliva has antiseptic qualities to it. I wouldn't fucking acknowledge that title, right? You could call him, child rapist, whatever, but Ebosh is a piece of shit. But, Thor has been collecting your IP addresses. And all of you seem to either be out of New York or out of Tel Aviv or somewhere in Israel. All of these fake profiles. Why'd you get all quiet suddenly? What was that rabbi lying to? Sucking on baby dicks, raping children. The little girls have no fucking age limit. No legal consequences, no repercussions if you rape a child less than 3 years and 1 day old. And if they are older than 3 years and 1 day, well, then the rapist is responsible for paying the full dowry. Right. Where'd they go? Why'd they suddenly get so quiet whenever the evidence is presented? Isn't that strange? What a strange thing. Don't forget to give him exercises to do. Tell him he should be doing push-ups and sit-ups and shit. And tell him how important stretching is. I know. They're just rotten, man. This level of depravity is so gross and so, it just needs to be fucking eliminated. There's no excuse for it. And the thing is, this is the part where most people don't understand. Just like how you dumb Christian Catholics overlook the fact that you're symbolically eating fucking human bodies and drinking blood, and you do that as part of your ritual to progress to the next level in your belief structure. You have to have your communion. Taking Holy Communion means you ingest the fucking symbolic dead body and blood of your Savior. And you don't even think about it. Like, you don't think that's really fucking gross. Now, if I said, let's do that in any other case, you'd be like, oh, that's fucking gross. I'd never do that. But when it comes to your religious practices, you just look at it like it's another piece of the religion. It's a requirement. You can't progress to the next level without doing this. And they've literally had them come on here and say things like, you don't understand. A little boy can only attain his covenant with Abraham through the metzitzia. Right? They don't even look at it like that. It can't be wrong because it's part of the religious text. They like to hide behind this notion that people are misinterpreting the religious text all the time, and it's just a misinterpretation, a perversion of the text. No, what it says. People can't pervert or misinterpret the same text over and over again. Different versions, different people, different fucking, you know, different generations of people are misinterpreting the same texts over and over again. It adds to a list of mentally ill psychos who will be held accountable. Yeah, is actually the demented. Yeah, who gives a fuck about any of that? When you start talking about who these fucking people are, you know, or the beliefs or the character, who gives a fuck? It's all fake. It's all fake, so it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter if this person is blah blah the blah blah or blah blah the blah blah. Who gives a fuck? It's all fake bullshit. There's no gods out there doing shit. And if they are, if we live in a system where there are gods out there that are allowing children to be raped, like, then those gods need to be eradicated as well. The entire religion is a cover for perversion. Yeah, it's a foundation. Its foundation is perversion. It's not a cover per se. It's the facilitator of it. You know, the cover is the belief that people have on the outside that assume that it's a perversion, or assume that there are just some bad apples and there's a couple of bad apples that are just screwing it up for it. No, that's not the fucking case. They're not perverting anything. They're not, you know, they're not violating anything. They're doing what they're supposed to do. If they want to progress through the ranks of their religion, they'd better do these things. And if you're dumb enough to believe that, oh, well, this isn't happening as much as you think it happened, so this is just, the metzitzia is just a thing that the ultra-Orthodox do. It's just a small section of them and blah, blah. That's bullshit. If you live your life by Talmudic law, and Talmudic law says that Brit Milah has 4 parts, and if you don't do all 4 parts, you do not get your fucking, your mitzvah. The mitzvah is the prize. You can only attain your mitzvah by doing all 4 parts. Do you really think they're not doing all 4 parts because the Goyim don't like it? No, sir. No, it's all fucking stupid. It's gross. It's weird, it's perversion. And the fact is, at the end of the day, you show me the friar group that is out here condemning, that's doing and saying the same shit I'm saying. You show me the friar that doesn't attack me for saying what I'm saying. Oh. What happened to Johnny Debates? Johnny Debates sure ran away fast too, didn't he? Why'd Johnny Debates run away so fast? Weird how both characters seemingly disappeared at the same time. You know, they're fucking sick, man. They're sick. I mean, it's unquestionable. 3 years and 1 day old? Now she's your wife because you raped her? Who fucking thinks that way? Have you seen what a 3-year-old looks like? How could you ever think that that's a viable option? Oh, well, she's 3 in 1 day now, so that 1 day makes a huge difference. Noahide law is Antichrist. Noahide laws are the ones that we're supposed to follow. The Noahide laws are the acceptable Goyim are the ones that live by the Noahide laws. And I don't know what the Noahide laws are. I don't care. You know, you can get lost in all the little twists and turns and ins and outs of that bullshit. But to me, I believe we've hit the wall with Mishnah Nida. I don't know anything else that's worse. I can't think of anything that would be worse. You know? I just can't. Like, what else? What could some other cult say that's worse than Mishnah Nida? Who cares what they think about us? Who cares what they practice? Who cares about their...
Got what? Yeah? Yeah, he's right here. She didn't get that.
I'm just trying not to make the gross joke.
Right, go.
Right. He's trying to escape the smell. But it stinks in there. I don't want to be in there.
Baby, you're gonna get squished.
Huh?
A spider, and he just went in there, and he's gonna get squished.
Better than crawling on you. Yahweh is Satan. Shut up. There is no Satan. There is no God. There's no Jesus. None of it. It's all fake. There is only Zool. Exactly. What do you want? Well, there's lots of kinds of wrenches. What kind of wrench do you need?
I'm gonna show you the bolt that I need to take out.
Hang on.
This is it compared to like a door hinge. If you want like size.
It's all good. Saturn is Satan in there. Satan is not real. It's fake bullshit. It's just boogeyman. It's just bullshit to trick you into... Do you want to do it or you want me to do it? Good. That's what I wanted to hear. I just asked. Yeah. That's great. I'm glad she didn't. You do it. How'd it go? You tired?
Not really.
You didn't work out hard?
No, we did, but like, we said to do progressive over and over.
I can't hear you. How much? 500. Yeah, I know. And it was light work.
That's insane. 500.
Wait till you see what he can lift.
I did, he showed me.
He didn't show you he was full.
He did. He showed me one right here. Big barbell and giant weights. He did it.
I have filed a police report against Thor for stalking. Yeah, just like you sent the police to my house. Remember, I was supposed to get arrested too. Remember when you lied and made that comment? You fucking coward.
Hey, Daddy, can I use my phone today, please? Hang out with Nathan and play a game with him?
No.
Please?
No, let's see what your report card says.
Don't. I have it.
Well, it'll be here soon.
Can I please use the please?
Cut the grass. But see, right there. So obviously whatever Thor said had him shook. Because he ran off like, oh, I'll file a police report against you now for stalking. Because you finding out where I live, you're exposing me. I'm trying to tell people I'm in New Jersey, and you're telling people that I'm in Tel Aviv. Why are you telling my secrets? Everybody thing is an idol worshiper. None of it's real.
Submarines aren't real.
None of the bullshit, none of the characters that you're given are real. It's all fake bullshit. It's like saying, look, I'm with you, right? No such thing as a red-nosed reindeer. That's crazy. But the other reindeer are real. No, that's true. No. Dasher and Prancer and Donner and Vixen and Comet and Cupid and Blitzen and Cheese. Whatever the fuck his name is. It's all stupid shit to keep you from going, hey, what about that part that says 3 years in one day? What about that part? The archangels are real. Yeah, I'm sure they are. Isn't it interesting how all the biblical shit happened long before now, and now nothing happens? None of it happens. Isn't that weird? Think that's weird? It's also stupid. Whether it's Islam, whether it's fucking Judaism, whether it's any of it. It's all just fake, dumb bullshit. And it's all to condone pedophilia. These fucking pedophiles all need to die. Like I say, can you imagine being a fucking pedophile and having someone follow you home and threaten to shoot you because of it? Your activities are under scrutiny and it scares you. Your search history outside of YouTube is deplorable, by the way. You're a sick dude. Yeah, well. Yeah. He's a pretend rabbi. Look at butt plug Shmuley. Doesn't get much worse than Shmuley. Like, can you imagine that troll, coming at you with his micro penis? It's just insane. And I absolutely advocate for the elimination of these cult members. Fuck yeah, dude. They're not going to change. You're not going to convince them that suddenly, oh, well, I guess what we believe is wrong, and you can't absolve them for their history. Whether it's Ebosh, or it's Shmuley, or it's any of these pieces of shit, they all have a history of violating children. They all know of child violators that they haven't come forth against. They've participated in rituals and all that shit. Literally every one of that fucking cult, all of the cult members have been to a bris. They've watched an adult man put his mouth on baby genitalia, and they were happy about it. They paid to be there. They brought a gift. The bat mitzvah is the celebration of the legality of them being able to be, fucked. Start producing babies. That's what it's all about. They get checked for their 2 pubes, and then it's like, oh, okay, bat mitzvah time. 6 months later, they're considered an official, full-fledged woman. It's why the biblical story is the way it is. Mary was considered a virgin. It's fucking gross. And it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable in a modern day society that anything supposedly 2,000 years old would have any sort of bearing on our lives today. It's just fucking nonsense. If I was like, hey, let's dig a big fucking ditch, we'll use a shovel from 2,000 years ago or a brand new shovel. Which shovel do you want to use? Hey, I want to go someplace. Let me use a map from 2,000 years ago. That'll help me out. Especially when you realize that Judaism is not that old. Hebrew is the youngest language on the planet. Judaism is one of the younger religions. I mean, Scientology and shit. The Schneersonism, whatever the fuck that shit is. Epstein class extended many murders. Why no one mentions Jeffrey Epstein's ratchet up at the police handled the disgusting place where they were used to a baby factory. Well, lots of us do. None of them do. Right? But there are lots of people like us talking about it, which makes you wonder, like, what about the government that's said to represent us? I mean, why haven't we revolted yet? Obviously, it's because our lives are too comfortable. In the countries where there is a revolt, those guys live in fucking, houses made of stones, and, they don't have phones in their hands, and they're not lulled to sleep through medications and all that shit. I was watching My 600-Pound Life yesterday, and I wasn't watching the show. I was watching the YouTubers. There's a guy called Sean of Steel who apparently used to be 600 pounds, lost some weight. So now, for some reason, he's allowed to show large portions of the episodes and then critique them, which most people aren't allowed to do for some fucked up reason. I don't know. But there's two guys I know that there's an English version, a young guy who's in really good shape. And he does it, but he does a much shorter version. Shaun of Steel seems to be the one that's allowed to show the most complete version of the episode. And anybody that's allowed to do that, it's because they present them as addicts, as victims. They're always victims. They always had a rough childhood. They always had this. They always had that. And somehow they're 600 pounds and they just don't have any idea why and all that shit. I'm so glad to see somebody else bang their head. I do it all the time. COVID showed how bad and poor society is scared to live for truth. Most like their comfortable lie than uncomfortable truth. The type of minds which think of these perversions are the lowest of low. It's not real. Rothschild, the Red Shield, family credit. Yeah, I mean, we don't even know the reality, the real history about the Rothschild shit. We don't know. All I know is that Israel wouldn't exist without Rothschild, according to the fucking narrative that they tell us. If you look up the first Aliyah on Wikipedia, it'll tell you. First Aliyah began in 1881. By 1883, they were fucking failing. Most of them were leaving because it wasn't the utopia that they were promised. Like it is now, where they just have to show up. They're given a mansion. They're given a life. They're given free food. They're given everything. It wasn't like that yet. They hadn't set that up yet. But that's what they told them it was supposed to be. And then by 1883, Baron Redshield had to step in and fucking buy everything up. And if you talk about that too much, YouTube gets real mad at you. Honestly, I don't want a revolt. What I want is the truth to come out and everybody to go, oh yeah, that makes more sense. Let's do things that way. I don't want people to die. I don't even want the friars to die per se. I mean, obviously you have to pay for what you've done, for what you've condemned, for what you've known about and said nothing for. But like, if we can rescue the children, then absolutely. I just wonder how do you recondition someone who's been viciously, violently raped and tortured since they existed? The Bottom of Darkness article, I know Wild Beard, you probably, I'll go, what's going on? Wild Beard, I doubt you've read this article. Most people haven't. It's the third link in the description of the video after the fact. If you need it now, just go to a different video. But all you have to do is search Israel Hayom, Hayom, Bottom of Darkness. It's an article from April 23rd, 2025. And it details all of it. Soul correction. The soul correction that happens every 2 weeks after a Torah lesson in Israel. It's happening every 2 weeks. It's still happening. They get in a large circle where the adults and elders read psalms and sing songs and quote Bible verses or quote Torah verses. They're all naked, while in a small circle in between, in the middle of them, the children are naked. And once they go through their ritual, then the children get raped. This is happening every 2 weeks in Israel. No one can quote from the Torah that Israel is a friar state, but atheists who have friar names but don't practice friarism but use the Bible for justification. Right. It's all just fucking, it's all lies. It's all three Abrahamic religions, they start with friarism, and that shit starts with the Exodus. The Exodus that's not accounted for in the historical narrative we're given, because I don't buy any of the, again, I'm on a different level than some of you, I don't know how you can get to the Tartaria level and still believe history. Still believe in George Washington and our forefathers and 1776 revolution and all this other bullshit. It's just not true. None of our history is true. And definitely not the Abrahamic bullshit with Exodus and 2 to 3 million Jews wandering the desert for 40 years, only eating and drinking, and their livestock, only eating and drinking manna, a substance provided by God that appeared on the desert floor every morning. It's like a nasty tar-like substance. And it appeared every morning and needed to be harvested every day because it only lasted till sunset and then it would go bad. So every morning, what? It needed to happen. It's good. Where's my wrench? I thought you were using it. Germany spent millions bringing equipment to Palestine and training. These folks actually worked. They lost the war and paid billions in reparations. Only then did the kibbutzism survive. I mean, I'm 47, so my generation and those people older than me, and maybe only even a couple of generations, like a couple of years younger than me, maybe 45 and up, because my generation, my last couple of years in school were when the internet first hit. And with the internet existing, trying to push the Holocaust narrative is virtually impossible. Like, I can't imagine being a teacher and having a kid walk in one day and be like, hey, this guy is talking about this, and he brought up some really good points. Can you debunk that? How come we never heard about the Havara Agreement? I'm actually going to read it to you just so we don't have any misinterpretations. But the Havara Agreement completely destroys the Holocaust narrative. And I know every single year that I went to school, we were given a month-long World War II Holocaust bullshit narrative. We had to learn that shit every single year. It was pushed in our heads, and had to read Anne Frank and had to, all of it. We just had, it was just every single year just shoving it in our faces. And not any point did I ever hear about the Havara Agreement. So the Havara Agreement, or the Transfer Agreement, was an agreement between Nazi Germany, which I heard lots about, and Zionist organizations Never, not fucking one time did I hear one of my teachers even mention the word Zionist, Zionism, anything. I never ever heard those words until long into my adulthood. The Zionist organization signed on August 25th, 1933. So after Hitler had already been in power, long before the supposed extermination. You guys know the whole 6 million thing is said to have happened between 1941 and 1945. Basically 4 to 5 years. Basically 4 to 5 years. They were supposedly killing 6 million people. That's basically 3 every single minute for 4 years straight. This is not possible. It's not possible. What's up? Huh? It's stuck in there? That's fine. You don't have these giant muscles like I do.
Alright.
I'm so huge and strong. Look at those pipes.
Yeah. Alright.
Hi. Hi. No, this is what keeps you in. Huh?
I need to be let out.
There's no way to get to it. This one maybe. All right, I gotta go. I'll see you guys. Have a great day. Pedophiles, kill yourself.